Your routine in terms of study. Here goes a link that it is in the bio about my new course. I released 3 volumes, okay, that will help you to master the fretboard from the beginning to the advanced level, where you will connect the dots. Things that was just a separate subject, now you will be able to navigate across the whole neck in all the 12 keys in an easy way. So if you are interested to start your ear good, click in the link. Ho, 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 ho. Where is the guitar full cam? Here. Welcome, 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 welcome everyone. Let me see if I can have my chat here to chat with you, talk with you. I hope you are having a really good and amazing week. May God bless you, because today we're gonna chat and discuss a really good topic that I separate for today to us. And as you could see, today I'm gonna share the experience that I had after changing my setup, all my physical amplifier, my pedal, like the good pedal that I had, to this beauty thing here. And let's talk about it. Was it worth, was not? What did I miss? Why I want that should be different? Or was the best decision? Let's talk more about this. So if you are here, please hit the button, give your like, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on the bell, because you're gonna be notified every time we go on live or with new videos. You know this type of stuff, right? And the good thing is that we are doing lives on Tuesday, Thursday, around 7-8 p.m. and on Sunday on Sunday from 9:30 until, I think until 9 p.m. This live on Sunday, it's more about backing tracks, looping, that you're gonna jam with me, play a lot, a really good thing. Let me just see if I can see here. I think it's this thing here. Yeah, now I can see how many people are watching us. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for everything, and let's discuss. By the way, write in the comment if you like the preset that I'm using now, and guess what? If you were here in the last live, I was creating this preset with you guys, so the whole live is available for you to see how I did it, and you can do it as well. Or if you wanted this already ready for you, just share, write in the comment, and I can share in my Quad Cortex cloud. Okay, so just a recap. This is the scene A, really lovely, clean one. Let me turn off the humbucker. And then the scene B was a crunchy one. Then we have the scene C, a bit more yes, a lady one, a good one. And this was using just one amp, okay, just one amp, so done doing all the job for us. Clean, crunch, lead with a good delay, reverb, to modulation, and one EQ that is shifting to each scene. So if you want this, just let me know, and let's go to our topic. So thank you so much everyone that's watching us. And the first thing is that we're gonna cover today is, what did I have in the past when I was with my physical one? So the thing that I had in the past was an orange tiny Taro with 112. Plus in my pedal board I had one noise suppressor. Then I have my tuner. I have my modulation, it was a Boss Chorus. Then I have also 2 overdrive pedals. It was a really good combo. It was a Zakk Wylde overdrive signature. I love that one. It's really good one. And OCD full tone overdrive pedal as well. Good thing. Combo. These 2 guys give a really good thing, And plus I had my loop pedal, Boss one. And to finish, I had a signature Crybaby Wah Wah from 𝗏𝗏𝗃, not Zakk Wylde, 𝗏𝗏𝗃. So it was a really good setup. I love that. Was when I was playing and jamming with that, was really nice. But then here comes the thing. Why did I decide to choose and to improve? Was it worth? What was my point of having my Quad Cortex now? And all that pedal board that I had, was it worth to substitute for just one thing like this? What about the sound? What I gain, what I lose, the playability, like the organic sound, non-organic sound, the sounds of the tubes. So let's discuss a little bit more about this. Of course, the positive things of having a tube amp is that it's real, it's organic. The sounds, the response of you playing, it's incredible, it's crazy, okay? And the 𝗕𝗰𝗃 is something that is easy for you to carry. It's not something heavy like 𝗙𝗂𝗵𝗃, but it's something that is the watts, it's not as strong as you think about like 100 watts, 𝗙𝗂𝗵𝗃 or 𝗦𝗲𝗿𝗄𝗃, etc. But it's something that it does the job. It's really cool. But I'm the type of guy that is really passionate with tones, you know, like I like to go and dive and do a lot of stuffs. And once you have the pedal board in your amp, if you're not enough happy with that, you start like looking for something different, so for something that you can also add in your pedal board, like navigate with other type of tones. Sometimes you wanna, okay, I wanna play, let's say, like Zakk Wylde style, or Synesthete Gate styles, or then suddenly you just go for Jimi Hendrix styles, and you just have one preset, one thing that is that type of tone, you know, that type of tone, and that's it. So you kind of like are restricted, you know, to do just that. And of course, we know, we buy one pedal, then the other, then the other, then the other, and then when you see your pedal board is like huge. My pedal board was really huge. I think it was something like that. And it's crazy, like it's crazy because you start like getting addicted. Like I want this pedal. Oh, I saw that type of chorus, and you already have one chorus. And then it started like snowball. Let me read my friend here. So I bought a Quad Cortex in January, and I haven't used a cab for gigs since then. Exactly. Like it's crazy how great we can do with Quad Cortex. So the way things can be like practical, easy to use, it's marvelous, it's crazy. And just with like, I don't know, I can be wrong, but I think it's just 2 kilos, this thing. And my 𝗕𝗰𝗃 orange, I think it was 570 kilos. So not even like my 𝗨𝗏, my Kirk Hammett 𝗨𝗏, I think it was heavier than this thing here. And trust me, the Crybaby 𝗨𝗏, it's something really robust, you know. Very user-friendly too. Thank you, Biggie Mama 1212. This comment is great, and it's really thing that resume and summary things. Friendly, like Quad Cortex is really friendly in terms of what I was aiming to do. So since the first thing before I sell my orange, my tube amp, I had like an amplitude. And this was a long time ago, and I started being crazy with that thing. Like, wow, it's a plugin and does a lot just for $100, and I can have many type of tones. And I was like, wow, I can go for Fender, for Mesa, for this and that. And I was like, okay, in my case, for example, the dream amp valve for me was like a JCM100. And of course, the California Mesa Boogie was another thing that I really liked. And I was like, but these things are so expensive. And just for you to have the head, and I was like, wow, I can't just go for it. And another thing, if you don't do like live shows or concert as you can use your gig, just for you to place in your room, you're gonna get deaf, you know, like it's too much. Unless you really go for a concert that you can use 100 watts. And all the plays nowadays support that, unless you're doing something really big. So it's just more like you dream, unless you have like a studio, you can use that power, you know, to really extract the power of the 100 watts. Let me see this. I just used the Quad Cortex, a Crybaby 𝗨𝗏, and a Digitech Whammy pedal. The quad could replace my effects and cab. I know what you mean. I did the same, like quite similar. I have a Quad Cortex, I bought the engine, music engine pedal, the espresso pedal, and for me now it's fine. Like I'm good with that. Like I don't need anything else, and I'll get the point of I don't need anything else. Thank you for your comment, bro. That's it, guys. Please write in the comments your thoughts, your experience. Please share with us. There is no right or wrongs. We just want to share and help others that are looking and aiming to buy something, selling, or replace or add more stuff. So it's good that we just share with us in the chat. So keep going. I was like, okay, Amplitude did a lot of job for me, and I was like, in that time I did not have like any mic to capture the sound that I was having with my Orange. So I was using other things with a plugin, and it was easier for me to record videos and edit that and post. And I was like, oh, okay, so I'm doing a lot of job with just $100, and my setup, my pedal and amp, etc. was way expensive than that, and I could do so much thing. I was like, ooh, okay, so maybe I'm not gonna use so much more my setup. And then I started searching for things that would really replace the amp, the pedal board, but something that would really like be good, that will really like do the job of you. Okay, you're gonna invest on something, but has to have a quality of sound that in the end you are happy with, you know. And I have to be honest, nowadays for the public, you know, for the people that are, for the listeners, for the people that are listening that in your gig, in your show, it's really rare unless the person is a nerd and a musician, audio engineer, that he'll notice like, okay, you are not using real so done, or you're using like a modeler, you know what I mean? If the guy is really good EQ editing, creating a really good preset, it's gonna be hard in the end, because in the end, with all the mix of your band, bass, drum, all the things, it's hard for you to say, oh no, this guy is using Quad Cortex, he's not using like a JCI-100. So in the end, it does the job, and people, you can watch like famous people like 𝗙𝗂𝗏 saying, and other people like using Quad Cortex, or other modelers, like for example, if you watch Sinister Gaze, he was saying about 𝗕𝗃𝗄𝗃 from Fractal. He's a guy that is really into to discover tones, and he was in the middle of real tube amps and modelers like 𝗕𝗃𝗄𝗃, and he does a lot of things. And if you see this video that he was playing, if you do not see that he was using 𝗕𝗃𝗃, you would say, okay, he's using 𝗨𝗏, the head that he has, you know. Like in the end, it's about like what makes you happy and more grateful playing and having fun, because you know, time is not like long, time is short. You have to enjoy and you have to really have fun in what we're doing. And I was really having fun creating presets on Amplitude. And when I start like thinking, how can I have something that will sound so good as my real amp, I start dive in modelers. I spent 1 year checking all the modelers, the top 5, top 6 that was in the market. I took long because I was really into to buy the Fractal. Yes, trust me, I was really into, I almost bought the FM9. Why did not buy the FM3? Because it was just 3 foot switch. I wanted something more powerful, and the FM3 is kind of like 1/3 of the power of the 𝗕𝗃𝗄𝗃, and FM9 is 50% of the power of the 𝗕𝗃𝗃, and I was like, okay, FM9 is gonna be cool. However, the price is over, you know, it's too much. That makes me start to think twice. But in fact, like what you have with all the things inside of just one pedal board, you know, like just one thing, just one unit device, it's too much. I know that it's expensive. Like the most expensive that we have is Helix Stadium. It is $2,300 or $2,300 or euros. It is a lot, but think with me. You kind of have, not only with this Helix, but also with others, Quad Cortex, Camper, etc. You have 50 to 100 amps, 100 plus effects of chorus, overdrive, distortion pedal, compressor, delay, reverb. Imagine if you, I did this preset here, this preset. And I was just counting how much it would cost me to have this beautiful preset of noise suppressor, compressor, overdrive, this the 𝗬𝗏 overdrive. So if you know what I mean, this, it's not even, if I'm sure, they do not even create this anymore. So you have to buy a second hand, and became like kind of like a relic with this pedal. So it's crazy how much it costs. Soldano plus the cabinets 412, if I'm not sure, I'm going to use 412 of England. And I use a delay, reverb, 2 modulations, chorus, and EQ. Just with this, it's more than the price of the Quad Cortex. Trust me, you know. And I can do so much more here. I'm not using, not even 40% of the CPU of Quad Cortex here. I can do so much more with this. And things fast, like scene A, like clean, scene B, crunch, scene C, it's fast. I already have everything here, everything that I want to do. And I split it in two sections, like scenes in the upper part and stomp mode in the down part. So I can turn on, turn off my pedals, and I'm good to go, you know. So that's the thing. With 1500, you're gonna have millions of possibilities of creating a new tone. So if you're the type of person that is fine just with, I'm not saying that it's simple or bad or not, but just one preset. If you're fine with your tone, the sounds of your amp, your pedal board, don't go somewhere else, you know, stay with that. You're fine with that. But if you are the type of person that enjoys so much spending time creating, crafting tone, then I would say to you, it's really good and it's worth. For me, or for you, that it is also a YouTuber or musician, music teacher, person that record videos, you know, this beauty here, it's a really powerful audio interface. This is a really good interface. So I bought like a 𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗁. It's from IK Multimedia, that was matching with my Amplitude, so I can buy that, and came with the Tone X Pro and plus Amplitude Pro 5 with all those things unlocked. And it's cool, I'm not complaining about it. But after I bought this, my 𝗥𝗏𝗏, it is in the drawers, you know. Like, I'm not gonna do anything else with that, because this does the job. Everything that I need is here. What I do is, let's say in the meantime, if my wife is using this computer, this setup, I use in the other computer, and I can use that audio interface, you know. But for recording the main things like backing tracks, videos, etc., class, my course, everything with this, easy peasy, friendly. I can, for example, I'm gonna show you things that I used to do with my students and also to study. How marvelous is this for us to study? So let's talk more about Quad Cortex, why I choose Quad Cortex and not other modelers. So I was always saying, Fractal was expensive. If I had the money really straight away, I would definitely buy without thinking that time. But thank God, my wife said to me, think twice. I thought twice, and I started thinking like, okay, I don't think it's going to give me everything that I need, because I need something that I would be able to play with 2 guitars, like my wife and I. I need something that I would be able also to plug a microphone, maybe to sing, or maybe for my wife to sing, or to make like my band playing just with this. And I was like, okay, Fractal is not meant for that. And I was like, oh, wait, hold on. And then she said like, what? You're saying to me that you're gonna pay like 2,200 euros? I'm not gonna be able to play with you. We can kind of do a workaround for you to play, but it's not meant to. And she was like, yeah, what about the microphone? I was like, yeah, I don't think we can do it with the microphone. And yeah, we cannot do it. It's really good. I'm not complaining about the sound. Remember, guys, not about the sound. I'm just saying about the features that I need to replace my gig, my amplifier, my pedal board, to level up, you know, to be more like, let's say, pro. And this thing here does everything. So if you're thinking about really good, have a good step up, Quad Cortex or other models is going to be a really good thing for you, because it will make your life easier. So I stopped with that. I thought, okay, I cannot use a microphone or 2 guitars and 1 microphone at the same time with Fractal, not with Kemper, but I could do with Helix. And then I was like, okay, let's maybe or go for Helix or go for Quad Cortex. And then I was like, okay, but there's a difference, there's a gap here of 800 between one and the other. What am I going to have it with 800 more in Helix that I'm not going to have it here? Because it's a lot, it's almost 1K, or let's say it's almost a half of the price of the Quad Cortex. And in the end, I was like, okay, it's a bit more friendly, Helix Stadium, that's true. And if you get the XL, you're gonna have the pedal expression, that in my case, I invest in a good one that I have to pay 230, I think, the music engineer, something like that. So it means that I'm not talking about anymore 1,500, but almost 1,800. So we are just talking about a gap of 500. And I was like, okay, but even though it's 500, it's a lot, it's still a lot. And then I was like, okay, so they are not doing the capture yet, but I'm almost sure that now Helix are doing kind of like profiling, something like that. But I was like, okay, that time they are not doing this yet. They just kind of copied the library from the previous one, Helix, and the line 6, and they have the new Agora, but it was so few. I was like, okay, it's just kind of like 10, 15 new Agora amps. Sounds cool, sounds nice, but not for 500 more. I loved the interface, so beautiful, incredible, the experience to use the Helix Stadium. Just drag your finger in the, because they have the head, you know, like here, for example, they would have the amp itself, and you can kind of like twin and see everything so kind of, let's say, real, like close to the reality. And it's really cool, it's really nice for you to have that experience. Quad Cortex is a bit less of that, but compared to Kemper and Fractal, it's more friendly. And I was like, okay, I'm not going with 500 more. I think I would be fine, because I can play 2 guitars, 1 bass, 1 microphone, a whole band here for 500 euros less. And the power of this thing for now, because I'm not gonna judge, of course. They are just releasing the, as the Quad Cortex in the beginning was really hyped, and they had to do a lot of more things to be in the stage that they are now, like the capturing V1 and the V2. But for the present moment, Quad Cortex for me was the best decision. And remember, guys, that there's no right or wrong. It's just about what would match you better, and this does the job for me. So I was like, okay, about the weight, not heavy, 2 kilos, place in your backpack or in your gig bag, fits easy peasy, is one of the smallest one. In terms of the Pro Quad Cortex, is the light. But if you think a bit more cheap thing, you're gonna have 𝗵𝗵𝗆. It's good as well, but we cannot compare. One is half of the price of this. We have also M4 from Fractal, but still cannot compare with this thing here. It's too much powerful compared to that. I'm not talking about tone, okay? Forget about tone, I'm talking about the power of the unit, what we can do with it, and it's too much powerful here. And in thinking about that something is power, it's just 𝗕𝗃, the Fractal Helix Tone Master Pro. But all those units are heavier, bigger, larger, thick. So the size is really good. The portability, it's crazy how easy it is for you to carry this. So it's kind of plug and play. My first time I bought it, plug it, 30 minutes, and I did my tone. And I was like, wow, that's cool. Like, I think I still have my first preset here. Let's see if it sounds good. Less than 30 minutes, without knowing anything. 30 minutes and did this preset. And I was like, whew, okay. Which means that the model itself, it's really good. But of course, after searching a lot and think like, how can I do things better? Because you have your workaround to improve more, you know how to EQ, you're gonna extract more. And remember guys, in the end, it's about how good you are equalizing things. So look at the difference for this one. We can see that for 2 months more, I really learned how to use more skills and how to dive in that. So yes, it's great. So think about this. You have your pedal board. So going back with our title in our subject, we have a really huge pedal board. Noise suppressor, you have then your modulation or compressor, then you go your EQ, first EQ, you have your overdrive, your booster pedal, you have your wah-wah, your tuner, your reverb delay. So imagine that thing, boom, having like 5 kilos, 6 kilos, big. You have one thing that is 1 palm. I don't know if you can see, like, but it's almost like 2 palms of 1 palm and a half, like 1 palm and a half. It's small. It's crazy, and how powerful it is. So it's easy for us to replace it when we think that how practical it's gonna be your days, you know. And the sound quality, it's insane. Like, I'm gonna play a bit of it, and not only like the sounds of the models, but how good it is to have the community sharing presets, IRs, tones, capturing. Guys, capturing. I'm not gonna, you know what's crazy? I was really into the Sinister Gate tone, and I was like, oh, I think I will never have the opportunity to see the 𝗨𝗃𝗃𝗃. Days ago, I just saw people posting the 𝗑𝗨𝗃𝗃 from Sinister Gaze, and I was like, no way, really? And then I just downloaded it, and I was like, wow, that's cool. I can have the experience. It's a capture, so it's a really screenshot picture of that specific moment, even though, wow, it's incredible, you know. So you can have the opportunity. It's cool. Whatever thing, like I was seeing, okay, Orange, Thunderverb, Rockverb. Man, that's crazy. The amount of option and opportunity that you can have to to use capture of other things, it's insane. Look at this, look at this. Let's dive a bit more in what Quad Cortex has. So guys, what I did here in this Excel sheet is, it's super cool. Everything that we have, I just place it here, okay? So I can see the picture to increase my experience with my Quad Cortex, and I can see the name and also what it's based on. So here you have the title. So this is the captures, V2, the new captures that they released recently. So all, like, look at this. Like, I have Dumbo, England, 𝗍𝗏𝗏, like, what is this one? Sometimes I do not even know the name of this. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, I have no idea what is it, but it's cool. Like Fender, Vox, Gibson, what is this? 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗀, pedals. So everything, it's like here. Of course, sorry, I did not place for the bass. I don't have my bass yet. Forgive me, bassists, guys. Those pedals and the picture. So I just came here in my Excel file and I boom, just check it. Oh, that's cool. So they are based on this thing or that thing. Let me read the comment of my friend. So what about Mini Ampero or Tone X1? Thank you, Nick, for your comment. You are more than welcome to participate in our live. I'm gonna say to you, what about Ampero or Tone X1? Man, this is a really good unit. Really good unit. Well, they are good. They are a good device. What I know from Tone X, what I heard a lot of, it's really powerful, really powerful. I'm not sure about the price, if the Tone X is a bit more expensive, but what I know is that the captures of Tone X is really good. What we can do with the mini Tone X, it's really cool. And if you are talking about the mini, I think it's just one stomp, right? The single stomp. I saw people buying like 2 of that and using like 2 types of like dual amp, you know what I mean? And it's crazy what it can do. The Mini Ampero, it's nice as well. I did not search so much about the Mini Ampero. I searched about the Hotone Ampero Stage 2, if I'm not wrong. That it's a bit more expensive, but Ampero is a nice, it's a Chinese brand, even though it's a really good device. And they have the app that you can use it. It's really cool. Like, to be honest, for both device, you will be happy with this. Just go like with more, like about the tone. I'm not sure if both of them can do capture. I think Tone X can do capture, but the pedal is just for you to place while you capture, if I'm not wrong. But it's about more the capture itself that it did, you know. So for example, let's say someone did a capture, you bought the preset of the capture of the JCM100. It's more about what the guy did in the capture when you're gonna place in your device, and it's gonna sound cool or not, you know. Because in terms of what the unit can do, they are really parallel between them. I will search really more about this for us to bring more, but it's good what you mentioned, because they are really, like, let's say competitors among them, but for both of them it's really cool, really cool. And if I'm not wrong, I think the Ampero Mini, you have 2 stomps, right? Because I searched about this, I think you have 2 stomp on that, and it's even cooler. So I hope I could like help a bit with the knowledge that I know a bit more about this. It's not that much, but if I was you, like, search about the price, search about which the pros and cons with one another. Until now, what I have is just experience with Tone X, and it's really cool. The sound, the IK multimedia, it's something that is more in the market for more period, I think, than the Ampero. Ampero, I think it's new compared to IK multimedia. So in terms of environment, community, brand, company, 𝗏𝗏𝗀, it's bigger, you know, so maybe it can help you more. Thanks for the answer. Why are you called 𝗏𝗡𝗵 teacher? So 𝗏𝗏𝗵 is my, thank you for the question. 𝗏𝗏𝗵 is my surname, and teacher because I'm a music teacher. And you guys can click on the link in the bio. It's where I released my new course, recent course. I have 4 courses published on Udemy and 2 courses published on Hotmart, and more 7 ebooks, 3 volumes of theory and 3 volumes of practical, and 1 dictionary. So all my content, all my courses, classes, you're gonna find on my website, where it is my wife is gonna share with you guys the Udemy website in the chat with you. And thank you so much for your question. And if you guys wish me to do live teaching, please just write in the comment. Let's talk about one subject that you'd like. I will grab all the content and bring to us to study together. And another comment, I think for a professional who knows what they are doing, Cortex is very worth, and it can give you a lot of freedom and less clutter on setup. Thank you so much, Pedalboard203, for your comment, and that's really true. That's something that we have to keep in mind before we invest money in anything, because it's a lot of money. Okay, I did not buy any modern, any expensive setup in my first year of my career. So I play guitar since I was 11. I'm 27 now. So it took 16 years to me to really invest on something. And even though I was teacher in the past, I was not investing in something really like that. But once I start thinking about courses, classes, quality for my students, for them to really have a really good experience of playing with a really good device, Unity, or also in the class for those that knows and don't know, as I mentioned before, I released a course, and those courses had a really good quality of tone, and those are recorded with my Quad Cortex. So we level up the professional of our job. So it's not something that I would say to you, just take all the money that you have and boom, invest in it. Because if you're not living with this, unless you're rich, you can do it. But if you're not living with this thing, it's a lot of money for you to level up. And also you need to understand how to extract everything of that. So you have to have time to spend, to study, to know what you can do with that, how to record, have a good quality, because I have to sit and learn how to EQ better, to use all the power of the Quad Cortex. So we need to know what we are doing, why we need Quad Cortex. I made this question, and it took me 1 year to decide if I would buy or not. But if you're not sure yet, don't invest that amount and go for a plugin. You can pay $100 with an Amplitude, or you can get some Neural plugin as well, and etc. That you're gonna have a really good tone experience for so much less, and you're gonna be fine with that. But where are you from, 𝗏𝗏𝗵? So I was born in Brazil, but I'm half Italian and half Brazilian. Yes, I'm half. My grandfather was from Rome, so I have this surname from him. Funny, you are Italian and I'm Italian too, and we are speaking English. That's globalization. That's life, man. That's life. You have no idea. Like, I was trying to learn more language to be able to communicate with more people about music, like Portuguese, Spanish, Italian, English, trying to learn more, to talk about one good thing that is music, you know? And that's super funny. Thank you so much, my friend, for participating in our live. Grazie mille. And going back with this Excel sheet, we have a goal, because I know that is a really good Excel sheet. I can share with you guys. We are just aiming 2 goals, establishing 2 goals for me to share with you. If the live reached 500 likes, plus I have another YouTube channel that is Pompey Back Interacts, where I post just back interact. We are almost 1,000 subscribers, so the link will be in the bio for you to subscribe in that channel, because once we reach 1K plus the live and getting 500, I'm gonna share this with you for free, for you to have this marvelous thing here. Because look, all the things we have here, pictures of the captures, then we go to captures V1. So all the capture that Neural did for the V1, I have it here based on plus the picture, for you to really have a good experience and know what you're gonna do and why it sounds good, and you just come here, have a good experience. What I like to do is, like, I want to do something and I come check what it's based on, or better, I just go, for example, search like let me give an example. Okay, John Mayer. I want to see something about John Mayer and I want to get close to what he's doing. And then I realize that, okay, he was using Dumbo. And then I come here, bound, just see what is the name of that thing. Overdrive here. Okay, Dumbo. It calls like this. It's based on this. That's the picture. It's cool for us to see the picture. I'm addicted with how it looks like. It should just increase our experience, you know. And then I just click on that. And then for bass, I don't have it because I don't play bass for now. The guitar cabinets is fine. We don't need the picture from the speaker unless you are really crazy in that. But I have everything that what is based on. So we have the name and the based on. Then we go with the guitar overdrive pedals. I have here everything. So guys, imagine talking about why Quad Cortex is good, or other models as well is good. Imagine you having a pedal board with all of these pedals. How much you think it would cost? Especially this guy here, that I think it's 5K. This guy here, it's crazy how much it costs. So what I have in my setup, the real one, was one OCD that it's already converted to euros. I think it's almost 200 euros maybe. So imagine all of this pedal, like you can have the experience of having them. And I have to be honest, it's the sounds, it's so similar and close, that's hard to say which one is which. I did the comparison, I watch a lot of videos, those people showing the comparison between capture and also the pedal in the Quad Cortex and with the real one. Blind test, it's crazy, it's crazy. What you can feel maybe is in the peak, the playability, but it's so small that it's worth the amount of money that you're gonna pay. One other option, if you don't like very much the digital stuff and you don't want to bring your amp, is just to buy a preamp pedal. Oh yes, that's a good option as well. Thank you so much. Nice, it's good as well, the preamp pedal. If you don't like the digital thing, that's the preamp is gonna do a really good job for you, and you can have it a good one as well, and will drag a bit far from the digital sounds and digital stuff. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Nick. And keep it going. This here, you just go, then the delay, you check it, what is there based on. But since we are the Quad Cortex, they are just create those. They are not based on anything. It's original, unique. Then we have the reverb. Then we have the compressor in what they are based on. The pitch, I don't think, we have it here. So those are based on, imagine having one this, how big would be your setup? You'd be something so crazy. And look at this, look how many modulation you have on Quad Cortex. And I'm in love, I'm fell in love with this uni here, this chorus. I used to have one of this. It's good. So you have everything, like here, look, the wah. Imagine all of this wah in your pedal board, you know? You can have all of these things. It's so crazy. And plus, I don't have it, but you can have the plugins also in your Quad Cortex. So what you can do is you purchase the plugin for those that are compatible with the Quad Cortex, then you can use it here. So that's crazy. I was just waiting now for another promotion of 𝗏 Cortex, actually the Neural. My wife has just looked at me saying, "What? You gonna expand more?" That's addiction. But it's crazy. Like we like it, like to invest on tones and have different things. But I have to be honest, 2 months passed, almost 3, and I'm still in love with this, and I could not using not even like 10% of this, you know. I'm still learning all the things that I can do with this incredible thing here, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy, especially because of the experience you have like creating things, you know. So let's try to do one simple thing here together, and I can show to you how good it is for us to have 𝗏 Cortex. So I'm gonna open here my 𝗏 Cortex control.
Set up here first.
How do I set up? So I go 𝗏 Cortex. I have to click in 𝗏 Cortex control, application capture. Okay. Now, how do I do? Window capture, then application capture. Okay, cool. Yes, guys, sorry. Living and learning. So this is my preset that I'm using now. Look how great it is to use this device to study. What I'm gonna do is just show like how good it is. So I just changed the compressor just to have an option to place one thing before that. Let me just remember where is it. I'm gonna use there's one thing that is super cool that I can use that is gonna make kind of like a loop of sound, and you can kind of like keep playing with one note. Freeze, I think called freeze. Yeah, I think called this. So for example, the note is gonna keep playing, and then I chose just C. So what I do with my student is, you have just the note C, and then you can start playing Greek modes. For example, Ionian. This is the sound of the Ionian. And if I want to sound Lydian, what? So I'm sounding Lydian, I'm practicing. Now I want to sound Mixolydian, so look at the difference between one. I can go full cam for you, okay? So Mixolydian sound. Let's go back to Lydian. It's something. Wow. Different. go back to major Ionian. And what if we change to Aeolian? Wow, sounds cool, right? I'm gonna read your comment, my friend, just a second. What if we go for Doric? What if we go for Phrygian? And to finish, what if we go for Locrian? So, look how cool it is for you to study with a Quad Cortex, you know? Like, not even create just great sounds, like great things, tones, different tones, worship tones, and etc. But to study, to really study, like to dive, like you want something that can help you to practice Greek modes, you know. Let me read my friends here. Can I ask you what model of Stratocaster is that? It looks like a Yamaha Pacifica. I own an American Standard. Wow, you have an American Standard Stratocaster and one classic Vibe Squire Stratocaster. Wow, I love your both Unity, and I love them all. Yes, 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 friend. So this is, oh, my wife already answered you. So this is a Christine signature from Polyphia, the 𝗨𝗶𝗂𝗁 one. It is Goto, Fishman in the pickups, signature from the page. We have Goto lock tuner as well, and it's like light as well. So it's 2 kilos only. Like we have this dark blue here and gold. It's really cool. Like it's active. We have the buttons here that you can switch for single coil, humbuckers, and booster. So it's really nice. It's crazy. I was thinking about a Telecaster as well to buy because I'm really into to buy it. But then in the end, I just got another Strato. But I have to go with a Telecaster. It's lovely, the sound, and it's one of the best clean ever. So keeping with our stuff, going back with Cortex control here. So I just placed this thing here that can help me with many things. Look at this, look at this. I play the note and I'm gonna hold the note. Okay, I hope this is, yeah, it is capturing the sound. So I said to my students, now you're gonna play, for example, penta. And I say to them, try now to mix with blues. So or transform this into pentamixolydian. So those things that you can do to help you to improve your playability, your study, it's cool. Not only that, this is ways that you can study with this thing here that I was showing. And if you are in doubt, like, oh, here's talking about pentatonic Greek modes, and you are in doubt of this and you are into to learn about this, just click in the link in the bio. It's about my course that will help you with all of this stuff and establish a really good routine for you. And what else we can do from here is this. I'm gonna add a looper. So just let me place a bit more, less the volume of the pedal, the looper. So I will hit the button. Let me just record something here, cool. I'll try to record whatever thing, but just a bit nice for us. It is with, I don't want to delay. Here goes the loop. You can record a lot of things, like you have 5 minutes with this device to record your loop. So 5 minutes with this is a lot. You can basically create like a song just with that, you know. Let me see another one that we can do. This one is cool. Here it goes. And to be better, what you can do is turn on metronome for your studies. So let me just remember how I do it. No, it's not this one. Okay, so here I have the metronome. You're gonna, oh, it's super loud, right? Sorry guys, don't get mad at me. Okay, so for you to play better and more accurate, you have the metronome set at 120. Then you're gonna have the looper, and then you can play. And you can stop the metronome then and play. Oh, it's so fast. I cannot do this. go for another scene. And you can just dive, relax, study. And if you would like to compose as well, and I was doing one for my wife, and I was doing, and for example, let's say I wanna listen, how is it going? So I was doing for her, and it was like this. Now I'm gonna listen and see if it's good, you know? And if I have another idea or improvise. You see how how things change, you know, when you know how to use, how to be, that you start to be creative, because it's so many things, so cool things that you can do that is fun and make worth for you the investment. So in the end of the day, I see not losing 1,500 but investing 1,500. Quality of sound, like making my life easier, friendly experience, good experience, like improving my daily studies, composing, doing backing tracks, like playing with my students with that, because then we can play two guitars at the same time. I have a preset here, for example, with my wife and I, that we play some jazz, and it's crazy, like how great we can study together. We play, for example, a loop, we record it, and then boom, we start like improvising, you know, with each other, and it starts being fun, because in the end, you see how powerful it is, a unit. You can create so much things. For example, I'm gonna show some other presets for you. this one, for example, I try to use a lot of the capability of the CPU. And I did dual amp. So what I did here was I did 𝗲𝗏𝗶𝗀𝗃 plus JTM45, that is a Marshall. So I did 𝗲𝗏𝗃 and Marshall. So why on earth you would be able to have a head in your house with a 𝗲𝗏𝗃 and Marshall, combining them to play? You know, it would cost you 6K more, you know, and you can do it. And the tone is, wow, tell me by yourself, like. I'm gonna turn it on, the modulation, and listen. It's insane, like how many possibilities you can do. And also, if you're thinking about investment, money, you can create presets and selling it. Capture your things. Okay, you don't want to sell your preset, your pedal board, no problem. But you do not want to bring this with you to your gig, to your live shows, concerts, etc. You can do captures of things that you have at home. That's gonna be exactly the screenshot of that moment. Bam! You just bring it with you, you know. So let's say you have Fender Princeton, and let's do one here. You have a Fender. Okay, this belongs to the other guitar, but I'm gonna show you how it also sounds cool. So I have a Fender Princeton here at home, and now I have this reverb, this pedal I wanna bring with me. So you boom, we go make the capture of that, the way you like that sounds. Create the capture of the pedal, the amp, the clean tone, the crunch tone, the lead tone. Place everything here for you in your preset, and you can be ready to gig just with a square box of 2 kilos that is Quad Cortex. For example, this one. What I did here was just like, I was in doubt of 2 cabinets. I placed both, you know. I was like, okay, I don't know which one to choose. I placed both, and then I did a preset where if I go here, if this is stomp mode, I turn on one cab and turn on the other cab, you know. If you are in doubt, no problem, Quad Cortex can handle your issues. You can place both, and you can use both in your preset. So I wanted this one because it sounds more bright. This one sounds more mud. Yeah. Almost like fuzzy and more to Vox sound. I know that is a bit more lower the volume. So that's one thing that I was learning the process. For example, this guy here, what I did was 𝗲𝗏 plus Kraken. Look how crazy it is. For jam at home, I go Quad Cortex, Power Stage 700, in stereo, in of Mesa oversize. It is glorious. Thank you, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So for jamming at home, you go for Quad Cortex, and then you use a power stage 700, stereo in of 𝗲𝗲 oversized. It is glorious. Nice. Do you have this shared in your Cortex Cloud? You can share with us, and of course you can try it. That's nice. I'm about to create my Quad Cortex Cloud as well to share with you guys more preset that I created here. This one is a dual amp. I use, for example, the scene A is both, scene B is just the 𝗲𝗲, scene C just the Kraken, and then the up or down part you can just go for stomp mode to turn on, turn off. So both sounds like this. So the 𝗲𝗲 is gonna do more the clean part and the Kraken more the crunch. So when you turn on both, another point that I thought, in my opinion, why it's so good Quad Cortex, that I made this comparison between plugins, and people can say like, oh come on, but that's not fair. One is plugin, another is a modular. Of course it will be different, etc. But guys, we have to compare things to have an idea. Otherwise, how are we gonna make our, like, we have to have to have basing something, you know? Like my experience is basing on this. My answer, my decision is based on this. So I played with original Valve and Tube amp, then I go to a plugin, and then I was okay, this is good because it's that, but I didn't like this. When I went to modular, I started comparing to the plugin and see what is the difference. But I swear to you, I just plug Quad Cortex, turn on, I place amp and cabinet, and I did this. And I was like, what on earth? It is the sound of the string. I did it again, I was like, and I was like, it sounds real. And I was like, it's not, it's more organic. And I was like, how come? Because on Amplitude plugins, I try also Neural. I was like, it sounds nice, but when I'm playing, I can feel it that is plugin in a modular. I did blind test with myself, like to see, but every time I'm playing, like my wife was swapping, I knew which one I was, you know, even though it was randomly, even though like whatever thing, but the playability, how I was picking the string, I was like, I know what is it, just with this. The latency, the sounds of the strings, I don't know, it looks like the string is fat, has body, and I'm not talking about the preset, I'm talking about, I did like same thing, same cabinet, same microphone, same amp, same thing. When I did this, I was like, no. I can't feel it. I can't feel it. I don't know. It can't sound crazy, but it looks like the guitar, when it's the vibration, also different, more close to the organic and the real amps. So if you have a question between plugin and modular, here goes the answer. And you can watch also my live that I did last week, talking about plugins, Amplitude versus Quad Cortex. And there is difference between these 15,000 euros, and it's worth with it, you know. You're really gonna have an experience of a real one. how is this sounding for you at the moment? Like, tell me. I also have the, hold on. Yeah, this one. So, look how crazy and good sound. Whatever preset you go, you know, like it's gonna sound really good. I have one here. Let me see if it's this one. Yeah, this one. This one, it's not made by me. I just add the transposer. I'm gonna shut this down because you don't want a transposer. And this is default, created by Quad Cortex itself. They're preset. It's crazy. And those are captures. Okay? When you see this circle here, it means that are captures. It's insane. It's so good, you know? It's crazy. So you can use captures, you can use, let me see this old soldering that I did. I think this is for the other guitar, but I have one another here. I think it is one. Yeah. This is one of the others that I did. It's so good. And let me mute. And the pedal, the wah pedal. So another subject that we can talk about. Is it the wah pedal really good as my crybaby signature as Kirk Hammett? I can say to you that 9.5 up, well, actually, let me be more fair, because they are not the same model, so I cannot say that it's gonna sound good or bad because they are not the same model, because I was really fan of Kirk Hammett signature wah pedal. Like, I love it. Sounds different because it's different model. However, I bought like a really good expression pedal, this music engineer, and it's feel really good, the movement. And if you are not like happy with this, for example, this thing here, what I mean with this, if you're not happy with the range, you can change. Different if you're a real pedal, you're not gonna be able to do, it is what it is, you know. And here I can change, I can place the way it is. Look, I'm moving my pedal and I place the range in 50, so I'm not gonna have like a really high. So And it's super cool. It's super cool. Like, of course, if you want a more bright, you can change. You have a lot of that. I have the 𝗏𝗏 ones as well, that you can do the 𝗏𝗏. It's super cool. The way you answer, like the pedal. Of course, I'm saying this regarding the pedal that I bought it. Okay, I did not bought something different. For example, parallel or from Ampero or from other type of expression pedal, because I have I sold my FCB 1010 expression pedal, and I have to be honest that the expression pedal with that was frustration for me, because it was something not real at all. Like there's the movement is so light like this that you cannot even control, you know, you don't feel real pedal. So with this one, I'm happy with that. I don't need anything now, extra pedal, let's say, and I'm good with it. So this is basically like how good is the range of things that you can do with Quad Cortex, how many device units they have inside of this thing, and not only that, but how crazy is for you to create things. Like let's go for conclusion with this one here, like a blanket one. So I have a blank thing here. I can just decide not to use a single line. I'm gonna use 2 lines. Let's say I'll go with row 3. So I went to row 3 and I got lost. Where am I? Oh, here. And here. So I went to row, and now I'm gonna, like, for example, add an amp. I'm gonna show just simple thing for you to see how good it sounds Quad Cortex with simple and basic concepts. It's not gonna take long, but just for you, I'm not gonna dive into a preset because I already did a lot of presets. You can watch later my lives, but I'm gonna show to you how friendly it is, the device, for us to conclude this live. So if anyone has one one amp that they would like to see how it sounds, please write in the comment. I know that it has a delay on the live, so I'm gonna wait a bit for you to choose. But if you wanna listen something, those are the one that we have. We have Mesa Boogie, Fender, Vox, EVH, Friedman, PV, Matchmore, Jazz, so many things. Princeton, Fender Tweed, the Kraken, the Ҳighwatt. So you can write in the comments if you want something. In the meantime, I'm gonna just add something that I like. There's one here that I really like. Where is that? Where is that? Where is it? Here. Wait, hold on. Here. So, have you messed with the micro pitch yet? It is effectively replaced chorus effect for me. The micro pitch. I messed with the way it changed the pitch, but it's effectively replaced the chorus effect. Okay, because it's gonna a bit more distorted, right? Like it's gonna be more the sounds of chorus. Okay, I'm gonna try to mess with it later. I just need to understand a little bit more about the, and thank you my friend Lucas. I'm gonna do Vox AC30 straight away for you. What I'm gonna say is one thing that I'm still kind of like in doubt with the transposer, because I don't know, I have the impression that I still keep listening like both pitch, like the transposer pitch and my guitar pitch. Of course, like I'm not saying like that I'm listening here the guitar. I'm listening the headphones like kind of like simultaneously. I'm trying to figure out that if it's me that is crazy and I'm used with just tune the guitar in the pitch that I wanna, or if it's something that is wrong, you know. I will try to figure this out. And it was new in the update from last month, stereo detune effect. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna definitely check it out. I'm gonna write this down. Micro pitch stereo detune. And my friend asked for a Vox. I'm gonna do a Vox for him. So I'm gonna show one thing that I like it to do. So UK. So for you guys to have just another experience. Check it out. Check this out. So we can go here in the thing that I have. We can go over here. For example, in the guitar cabinets. And then I can have a look in what we can use to sounds. For example, this is the Vox AC15 and this is the UK Vox AC30. What we can try to use to be more original, one of these two, but there's other things that I like as well. And there's a Fender as well that is really cool. Let's see which one is going to sound more like great for us in terms of sound, because this is the thing that people do not use to spend a lot in the cabinets, in the microphone. So I said to you about the, where is that thing, UK 15, is it saved? No, let's go for stereo. Here, 412, UK 15, let's see. Look, it's clean, it's just the cabinet and the amp. And it was in humbucker. But of course we can go with other things here. Yes, this one. I know it's low, but it's because we did not boost anything yet. This is the other one. I like this one. Look at the difference. But it doesn't mean that we cannot use both. So look at what we can do. Well, definitely. Sometimes I don't know how to do this type of things here on, or maybe I know. Maybe I know and I didn't know. Okay. What I'm doing here is just to use both cabinets that I like it. That was one, what was that guy? The UK. We're gonna use 65 and the 69. The 69, 65. Okay, cool. So listen. Yeah, super cool. And what we have to do now, why I leave this space here, is because sometimes people will usually, I don't know if a lot of people knows this, but sometimes we can mute this guy here. This is the DI sound. Sometimes people place a EQ here that you can filter more, like a better, to go to the cabinets. It's crazy, sounds crazy, but trust me, I did it. It's nice how it will sound at the end, and it's really cool. You can try it, because this guy was talking about IR, and he was saying that IR is just definitely kind of like a EQ preset for you already. So people that are addicted with IR, you are just kind of like buying literally a EQ already shaped and done for you. So in the end, he did what? He did one IR here as the cabinet, and he did just amp plus EQ, and sound the same. And I was like, wow, crazy. So in the end, it was kind of like the same thing. It's just about EQing until you get a thing. It's insane. So I'm not gonna add that. I'm just leave that for you just to have an idea. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna turn this here. I would just for now remove this to be able to use this guy here. Mute this, and then I can mute one side, listen to the other, and start to using. So I'm gonna use 57, no, condenser. How I'm gonna know which microphone I should use? You should kind of know what is your purpose, in which tone you wanna, to get really cool. Oh, 𝗏𝗂𝗶𝘁𝗏, he said pretty cool. You like the thing that I said about the EQ, or already the tone that we are having? But thank you for your comment, and we're gonna do this Vox for us. So I'm gonna do one microphone more for treble brightness and another for more body. So dynamic is really good, and I usually like the 41. And usually I like this spot here. It's not a recipe, you have to try. Sometimes it can sound good. More 4, more like ooh, like mud, let's say. And more close to the center, more bright. Yes, over here. Lovely. So I'm gonna do the opposite now. I'm gonna change the microphones, and then I'm gonna do the body, the guy that has the body. Ribbon is good, but look, it's nothing that I'm really a fan of. So for this moment, okay, for this moment, really good body, the one you want. Wow, cool, cool, cool. It's nice, but let's try to do the condenser, because the condenser is cool as well. It's nice, it's not bad, but I felt that the ribbon has more body, so I'm gonna stay with this. And in the end, look. First tip was that people usually don't spend a lot of time doing amp and cabinets. That's why it cannot sound good, because they do not spend a really good time on here. And since I placed 2, I did one of that, and I'm gonna do different for the other one. I'm not gonna do the same thing of muting, etc, 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 because if I mute this one, it's gonna pass straight away the sound. Look, so it's gonna interfere for us. So I would need to split the sound. But anyway, here I'm gonna we use what? 421 and 121. Here I'm gonna use 57 and the condenser. And then cool. And a really good tip that you have to do is work with the frequency that the guitar it's made for. We don't want to listen to anything below like 100, because it's just noise. There's nothing there for us. We barely hear that, you know, with our human ears. And we want to also cut it. Oh, hold on, it's not this one. We want to also cut it things that are high, because we don't want a noise as well. So I like to work between 100 to 8K, because the guitar quality is between that, more in the middle, that is like 2, 3, 4K. But cutting this, your guitar will already sound way better. So do the same with this one. We cut it here in 90. We go back with 8, and it's so much better. And I think we have one thing here that I have to do. Yes. Yeah, that's it. So what I did here is just doing the things to really go A and B for the cabinets and the stereo to sounds really better and cool for us. And now we can go a bit more with the volume. But I have to be careful because I don't want to start it. If I go humbucker, I'm gonna already have the fuzz. If I go single, I can go a bit more with output. Cool, maybe bright, let's see. Too much bright for my taste. My guitar is already bright, I don't need anything else. Guys, write in the comment, what do you think just with 1 amp, 2 cab until now? Oh, mate. Oh, Lucas Gabriel, you're talking from Brazil. How cool, brother. Seja muito bem-vindo, meu amigo. Nice friend, nice friend. Yes, I totally agree with you. It's so bad that certain types of things in Brazil, it's so expensive and it's overpriced. And I have to be honest with you, Lucas, it's not only Brazil, but sometimes here in Europe as well. Sometimes with for me, what just sounds amazing, it's US. Talking about buying things, you know. For example, in US, the Fractal was $1,800, and in Europe was 2,300 euros. Can you believe it? Can you believe it that if I travel from Europe to US, go back, I would be able to buy the Fractal, visit US, go back to Europe with 2,300 and make a trip instead of just buying here in Europe. So I was like, how come $1,800, it's almost like 16 to 15, yeah, I think 1,600 euros. So it was almost 800, 900 more than in Europe, than in US. I was like, how come? What happened here? It's crazy. Fractal are so expensive. Araki XFX Street 2. Yeah, exactly, my friend. And thank you for commenting, Metalholic, because I was making joke with my wife because I said like, with 2,300 euros, if I just jump to US, I could buy FX Street there, go back with the amount of money that I'm going to spend. And here in Europe, I would be able to, with that amount, just buy the FM9. And I was like, that's crazy. I like the Quad Cortex more, easier to do stuffs on unit. I agree with you, Metalholic. Like, it's almost 1K less, it's cheaper, it's power like it. And to be honest, if you place on the side in terms of the tone, now talking about the tone, I don't think it's so worth for you to pay 900 more for Fractal, you know, like, of course, you're gonna have so much more, so many more amps, pedals, effects, etc. But for 1K, almost 1K more, like, I don't know, I think that's too much. Especially for me, that's not gonna be able to play with 2 guitars, 1 bass, 1 microphone, etc. Those all the things, and that's it. But going back with this, for me, it sounds so cool already, and I did not even, you know, I did not have to do a lot. I just volume up, output more, not twin bass, middle, treble. I just did here, cut it, and place the amp. That's it, you know. I have a bad mine, and they both sound great. There are some effects missed from the fractal though. Yeah, true. Why you have a bad mine? I'm trying to know what is it. I think it's cheaper to go to the US from Brazil and buy it there. Yes, true. I agree with you, Lucas. If you just travel to US, buy there the Quad Cortex, go back to Brazil, definitely you're not gonna spend the price that you're gonna pay for the ticket to fly to US back and forth. It's kind of the amount of money that you're gonna pay for Quad Cortex in Brazil. So you can kind of like visit US for the price. So write in the comments if you like already just the sound of the naked, let's say, Quad Cortex, just with the amp, cabinets, nothing else, you know. And what we can do now, we can start just add like compressor. I like this compressor. So for those that don't know, compressor is going to give me a balance, because sometimes the guitar can have more bass than treble and middle, etc. So we're gonna kind of like have a bass, and here I can control the threshold. So, and the ratio, how much I want it. I want in 4, it's okay, but the attack I want a bit faster than this, and the release a bit more faster than this. So it's, when I pick, I already want to start compressing the sound and also release the sound faster, you know. There's a lot of ways to do it. This is not I'm not saying that this is right or wrong, but this is one of the way that I like it to sound. And sometimes I like not to use 100% of the sound. I like sometimes to mix. Yeah. I like this. So that's marvelous. So we can go and place this here. Okay. We can now add a reverb. I'll go with how? Woo! I have to say one thing. I know that I gave so much like pros of Quad Cortex, but here goes one more. Guys, it sounds so good, the reverb of Quad Cortex, so good. Like, man, I was checking some plugins things and I was like, what happened with this reverb that doesn't sound real and alive? And then I came to Quad Cortex, I was like, wow, okay. And it's so cool. And I can just give you an example of others for you to have. This is the cave, this is the blossom. Worship. Let's do worship like. So let's stay with this, let's stay with this for now, but we're gonna turn off. We're gonna add another one, just for you to see how powerful it is, this unit. Let me show the plate. It's cool, the plate as well. There's another one that is new. I think it is one. Of course, if it's too bright, you can go down. But the room is also cool. But I'm definitely like crazy with the hall. It's so good. But let me see. I'm gonna go with the hall. Okay, hall. Then I want the decay a bit more less. If those that don't know what is decay, is the duration of the reverb. I want not 3 seconds. I want a bit more than 80 hertz. I want like 120, 130. Okay, cool. A little bit less than 6K, 5K maybe. Yes, that's so cool. That's good. Sounds marvelous. So there's certain of things that I still stick with the pedal board in a sequence of the pedal board usually meant to be. As you could see, I kind of like did things here according to what I used to do with the real pedal board because I like the way it sounds. But you can mess up with these things here and place in another ways. You can. As I said, there's no right and wrongs, but sometimes more like recommended things. And usually is like we go with compressor here. You can place also one more compressor, then the EQ to finish. You can place a EQ here as well, then go with your overdrive pedal here. And before the reverb, we do the delay. And another thing that here sounds so cool, it is the delay. It sounds, let me show you. I like the dual delay as well, look. You see the difference between like one reverb and the other, no? Like the other one for worship was way better. So good. So I'm not going to use a dual delay, but I was just showing the digital delay is cool as well. Then I like mix a bit less, 35. Feedback, I wanted the tail like tack, 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 really long. That micro pitch is under modulation as microprocessor. It is actually a modulate stereo delay if you are looking for delays. That's cool. Let me see what he was talking about. It was under modulation. Oh yes, the morph here, you mean? The micro pitch is under 𝗵𝗔𝗄𝗃. No, I don't think it's this. I think I went too crazy now. The micro pitch is under modulation as microprocessor. Microprocessor. Forgive me if I'm being so dumb now to find it. Microprocessor. It calls microprocessor. Oh yes. Forgive me. Oh, okay, definitely, but here. And let me just, I'm going to go and do that. Hold on. Let me just, if you're looking for delays, let me just mute this and then go with this modulation. Oh. Okay, I got it. No, that's crazy. How cool. Wait, hold on. Aha. How nice this sounds. I did not know about it. I definitely like this. You see, that's what I mean. Like, there's so many things. Like, Look how many modulation I have here. I love rotary and the dream, and I was, because sometimes you like the same thing and sometimes you keep doing the same thing, you know. So that's cool. I'm gonna keep this modulation here. I'm gonna add another one, but that's nice. That's nice. Let me just mute this, turn this on. Let me see the tail of this one here, but I want a bit more between here, a bit more bright. Okay, we go with this around 300. Okay. Okay, that's one of the way that I would do it. We have 2 reverbs, modulation, and then one more modulation. Oh wait, hold on, I have to use more here. It's too much. I could do better than this, like the visual, kind of like using this thing here as well, kind of like going to the row 3. I could, not row 3, sorry, I could like kind of do the bypass. But I'm not gonna do anything like more crazy, but I just wanna finish with 3 more things here. So I have both, but mostly use my anagram. Okay. Okay. Thank you, 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵. You have both mostly use your anagram. Okay, talk more about it. Let's talk more about it. Share with us. The other modulation that I want to show to you guys is this dream crazy chorus. Listen how good is it. I just don't like to use that much mix. Maybe a bit less. Cool. Maybe a bit less depth. That's it for me. You see how friendly it is? It's like pow, 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 Star Wars, and then you have your preset. It's easy to do stuffs here. And to finish, of course, I'm not gonna use this.
Anagram, it's a multi-effect for bass.
For bass? Oh, okay. Thank you, Nigo. My wife was just saying to me about the anagram. It's a multi-effect for bass. Okay, cool. So you have both, but most use the anagram. Is it only for bass, or you can use it for guitar as well?
Yes, it's for bass.
Okay. Have you ever tried, I don't know how it is the experience for Quad Cortex when people are using for bass, but I can say that for guitar is great. I'm thinking about buying a bass in the future and definitely start using it with my Quad Cortex because the sounds is marvelous. And to finish here, guys, this thing that I'm gonna add is a EQ. I like this, and I like to do what? In the first part, I like to cut this at 9th. I like to add this one as well, and cut at 8th. It's from the company Dark Glass, which make bass pedal. Oh, okay. Cool, I'll have a look on that. Nice. And I know that another guys that used to do a really good pedals, since you mentioned about pedals, it is the 𝗬𝗵, I think it's called, Universal Audio Music, I think it is, 𝗬𝗵. Man, it does like pedals like Vox, Deluxe. That's something that really competitive, can compete like against, like really about the sounds, okay, about the sounds of Quad Cortex 𝗕𝗃𝗃 because it does something really good. The sound of the Vox in that pedal 𝑈AM, search it. You're gonna see how great it is. I'm not convinced. You're not convinced with the tone yet that we are doing here, or? Hello Jessie, thank you so much for participating, and let me know about, like, you're not convinced in which terms, because sometimes we talk so much and there is a delay in the live. I'm not pretty sure in what I mentioned now. What is it? You're not convinced with the pedal that I said, the 𝑈AM, or with the tone that we are doing here? And just keep doing what we are doing here. I'm gonna do like a boost now. To be honest, we don't need like so much more things here, you know. Okay, Cortex replacing my amp and etc. Okay, cool. I like your comment. I just would like to know, like, which amp you have, which pedal board you have, and then I can definitely like understand what you're saying and get more, because this is, of course, it's opinion, and you are more than welcome to share your opinion. I definitely like when people share their opinion, because this is the way. Maybe you have some unit, some pedal that will be really interesting for me, maybe to add in my pool as well. And maybe because of the sound, can be. Sometimes you are more concerned about the sounds instead of how the power of the unit it can do. Maybe can be because sometimes it's about priority, you know, and sometimes people value more the tone than what we can do in other terms. For example, as I said in the past, like the size, the weight, the portability, how it can be practical your life, and etc. If you can place, you have to place in a balance. You know what I mean? 𝑈A makes some solid, high quality but expensive pedal. Some say buy once, cry once. That was the best comment ever. 4 cable method have best of both. Thank you, 𝗏𝗏𝗃. Yes, it's crazy, like, and I agree with you. I was making counts with my wife of how much I would spend if I wanna have my pedal board created with 𝑈AM, and she said, okay, create it, and then I placed in the trolley. It was the same price of Quad Cortex, and I was like, what? I'm buying like 5 pedal here, and I was expending the same amount of money just for curiosity, you know. But it's crazy. Jessie, putting my modelers through a real cab, it's what made me happy. I only do IRs if I'm recording or going direct to a PA. Thank you, 𝗏𝗏𝗃, with your comment, and that's good as well. Nice comment. And that's it. You know, you can place everything that you have in your preset inside of Quad Cortex and go in Jam outside if you don't want to bring anything with you. Marshall DSL 100 watts. Ooh, nice one. Sitting on a 4 Celestion G12K100, 2 at 8 OHM, 2 at 6 OHM, all Mohammed gold cables. Wampler, Dracarys, Jackson, Dave, Dedson, WR7, one of my rigs. Yes, you have a really good preset. Mogami, okay, Mogami. Yeah, that's a nice rig, that's why, like, I would be honest with you, in case I had, like, let's say in the past I had the dream to have the JCM 100. Imagine if I have the JCM 100 with some pedal boards, let's say overdrive, the basic things. It's hard to sell it, to replace it, you know, because it's a great unit. Even though, like in Mesa Boogie, my dreams was like the dual rectifier and the JCM 100, also the orange, the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, it's really cool, the MK3. So those units, since it's a bit expensive, we go for something cheaper, and if it like satisfies us, it's fine. But definitely, if I would have like something really like in that amount of level, definitely would not sell it. But if I have that money to buy it and to have that on it, as my friend did, as the 𝗏𝗏𝗃 did, like placing your things on the modeler, for sure, you can keep that. And with this preset that we are doing here, we are almost done with that. Like, just if in case you want to do something else, like let's say if we go with a bit more here. Just giving more body. I have a line 6 𝗏𝗃 head in my closet from the mid-2000s, still my only real amp. Wow, man, you have a good relic there. Yeah, that's cool, that's cool. Keep it, don't sell it. I also just added an orange for 12 loaded with voice of the world speaker. Yes, definitely, like once you are fine with the tone that you have and you have a really good setup with a good things, tube, valve, etc., pedals, it's crazy for you to substitute. All right, I'm jealous now. I just have a stereo mesa oversized. Yeah, in the end, guys, in the end, it's just more about like how happy are you with the preset. I have, just to conclude, I used to see that many people was complaining about Quad Cortex. I was one of the guys, I did not have the Quad Cortex at the time, but I was complaining about some things of Quad Cortex and I was like, no, Fractal is so much better. But I was using my statement based in people and video. Unfortunately, I could not have the experience to take the Fractal, play it, and create and craft the tone with myself, you know. Unfortunately, where I live in the country, it's not easy to go outside and just bam, someone having Fractal and either Quad Cortex. So I had to aim and choose and based on videos and feedbacks, forums. But once you take on something and you play it, you extract and you have the source by yourself, your own experience, and that is really valuable. Because, for example, for me, Quad Cortex sounds bright, but I just EQ a bit here and there, and boom, I'm fine with that. But it's really nice what it does for me, and I'm happy with that. I don't know how it would be if I have the Fractal on my side. You know, it's good when we have like the experience of having hands and trying. Haha, love gigging out of gear, cool stuff, guys. Have you messed with captures much? I always found them so bright, even through a real cab. Thank you, 𝗏𝗏𝗃, for your comment. And yes, I think I said like seconds ago before I read your comment that I think that Quad Cortex is really bright. But I don't know what happened with me, but sometimes people's capture just sounds so strange in my hands that sometimes I end up so much adding stuffs like EQ and other things to make it sounds good that I just gave up with the capture itself, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll go with what I have with the modelers. I don't know if it's the person or, for example, I'll give you an easy example. I'm using a Stratocaster. Imagine if the person did the capture with a Les Paul. Like, come on. It's super different how it's gonna sound with me. Or if they are using Telecaster. It's gonna sound really different. And that's the hardest thing of capture sometimes. That makes you to really sound that. And for you to twin and try to get close to a good thing, you would end up really away from the capture, like the screenshot, you know what I mean? That in the end you are doing so much things that can like stop sounding real, let's say organic. And I agree with you. I don't know, sometimes I feel so much bright. Let me save this preset to not lose it, and I'm gonna write Vox here, Vox K, just to make it pristine. Unless, and then I can show you one preset before we go. So this is, let's see if we have to cut a bit in the middle. Okay, I like it. Let's see if we have to boost a bit here. I like it. Okay, fine. Let me turn on one more and see if with the bright things here needs a bit more boost. If I were traveling a lot and playing a bunch, I could see the cortex being viable. I'm sure it would be close to my tone, but I'm not convinced it's better or the tone would even be the same. Okay, cool. Fair enough, your statement. Check out 𝗏𝗏𝗄's video on it. He runs 2 Victor amps in the loop with the 4-cable method, uses the Victor amps for his main tone, and does presets swapping for cleans and etc. By the way, I watched this video already and it's good. It's super cool, the tone of a 𝗏𝗏𝗄. He's a pro touring guitarist, sounds pretty cool actually. Yeah. Sounds cool. I thought of doing what with 2 launch but AV amps. Okay. Is it if you or you thought of doing what that with 2? Okay. Meant to type, that was a typo. I understood you. Okay, you were between. I was getting crazy. I was like, what's going on here? Yeah, but it's cool. Like as he was mentioning, like 𝗏𝗏𝗄 doing the thing with the Kraken, and if the Quad Cortex sounds so nice, and I like it a lot. And these guys are basically so cool for us. Sounds nice, and what we can do here is just add an overdrive. Maybe here, and I'm gonna add the 𝗏. But definitely less than this, because now I need to know the level. The treble. Okay, sounds pretty cool actually. Okay. You meant to type, that was type. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 sounds so good. I have one and I'm not too happy with the pickups in it, tone zones and air Norton. Well, I have to be honest, I started being definitely passionate with 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, like too much, after I saw the features, the hardwares, everything that 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is doing. Like for me, like these AZ models of the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is so cool, like the neck, like it's the playability, everything. Like I was always like a Les Paul guy until I got one 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 at hand. I also had in the past Sinister Gates guitar signature, and I have to be honest, it was my dream to have that guitar, and it was a nightmare experience because of the how do you call it, the harmonic pitcher, how do you call it, the harmonic humbucker. How do you call it, that thing?
Sustaining.
The sustaining, yeah, the sustain. Man, that was a nightmare. My first guitar, I bought the Sinister Gate, the Schecter. It came malfunctioning. I have to send back to the company. They said, your guitar is malfunctioning, we cannot fix it, I'm gonna send a new one. And they sent me a new one. Months passed, and guess what? Issue. I sent to them, man, it's not working. And they said to us, okay, so find a luthier for you, do the job, and then we pay you. I was like, that's crazy, that's crazy. That was, guys, that was the nightmare experience for me. I was not happy with the tone that I was having. The sustaining was the worst thing ever I could try in my life. I'm not saying that's not good, but I could not have a good experience with that, you know. And was all the time having issues. I don't know if it was because I lived in a beach country and we have the humidity here, so I have no idea if this can be an issue. But definitely I gave up about it, and it was a nightmare playing. All the time I was taking that guitar, I had just headaches, and then I just gave up and sell it. Like I was, no, that's not for me. Send it to luthier, he fixed it, and boom, sold that. Mine is a, okay, Ibanez is a good stuff. It is, I like it. Mine is a Prestige, it feels like a sports car. Plus the edge bridge beats Floyd Rose for me. All my guitars are super shredders, only Jackson. Oh, Jackson is a good one. Most of mine are pointy. I have 3 Explorers. My first guitar was Explorers as well. I like Explorers. 2 VS. Wow, you just metal guitars, cool. I'm starting to prefer the 25 scale length more than the 24. Okay, I start liking the smallest one, to be honest. I felt so faster to shred and to play it. Maybe my fingers are getting fatter, so it's easier. Yeah. Well, for now, my fingers are so like thin, and I don't having issues and troubles. But I can say that I like the smaller length as well. It's cool. It's really good. I have to be honest. The weight of Ibanez compared to Les Paul. Oh, my shoulders says thank you. You know, they thank me so much when I change. But my ears always ask for Les Paul tone, and I will definitely in the future buy once again another Les Paul. My dream is again to have a Les Paul and try to have a Telecaster as well, because Telecaster is something that I need to try at least to play once in life. Because I was a hater. I hate Stratocaster. I used to hate entire life. I was just a Les Paul guy. I was like, no, Strat is not cool. Until I got one in hand and bam! I was like, whoa, that's cool. That's true, that sounds cool. And it's comfortable for me. I had an Explorer as well, and I like it as well. But then I changed for Les Paul. Okay, so cool. For me, it can be this. It's fine. Not much more with the overdrive. I think it's fine. What we can do now is just like bypass things here. I think we can try with the first. I'm gonna bypass the pedal, the overdrive. Then I go with the delay. Then what I can do is I'm gonna assign the same reverb pedal. Then I can into both reverb, because then I can turn on and turn off the other when one is on, the other is going to be off, like this. Look, you see? And the same thing for the modulation, maybe. And if I'm not comfortable of having modulation on, I can create a scene, and then, oh boy, go back. And then, yeah, so I have in one button stomp, turn on, turn off another modulation, reverb, delay, and overdrive. So. Insane. If we change reverbs, cool. Let me go back where you are, guys. Maybe the things are getting fatter. Oh, one Explorer. One of my Explorer is a Gibson from 2000. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. With a Floyd Rose FRX bridge, I call it the backbreaker. It's probably 13, 14 pounds. Mahogany body. Wow, you have to be at least 80 kilos to not feel nothing in the back. I only play 𝗔𝗚 down now. Sheesh, 13 Libra is a killer, yeah. I have one of the 80s tribute ones too, that are molded is too much lighter. The one is a 𝗦𝗶𝗶𝗀, that is a surprisingly one of my lightest guitars. It's so thin. I was thinking about the thing. I was thinking about like a headless guitar. I almost bought one Ibanez headless guitar. I just not bought it because I found a promotion of the other AZ Ibanez, and then I ended up with AZ. But I was thinking about some headless guitar. I don't know if you guys have an experience you can share with me, but it's cool. The reverb is the worst thing about the DSL-100. Terrible, terrible digital reverb. Ah, okay, I got what you're saying about. So basically this is just, let me save this preset. Basically this is just like a bit more of how our experience with Quad Cortex can be. Fun, easier, and does not take so much for us to end up with something that in the end is really cool and you can enjoy. And of course, if you wanna, as I said, like use it for studies, you can place the freeze thing here, the pedal loop in the end, do things, record, you are good to go. Here, as we saw, we have the clean tone. Let me change this thing here. So, okay. Okie doke. We did the crunch, we did the Vox clean, and fine for jam, ready to go, easy peasy, funny, no struggles. We did not like hit our head in the wall. It's stressful to nail, to dive in the things. It's easy, you don't need to know so much. And even though we were just with the simple cabinets and amp, was fine with that. Was already sounds good, and the rest is just the cherry on the top, so it makes so cool. Try the micro compressor if the sense. Hold on, let's do this. The sense to -5. Wait, hold on, 5 and to -5, and delays to 10 ms. Delay. Wait, hold on, both on 10 ms, and drag it before your verbs if you want to try my preferred settings, but if after a heavy tone to the exact thing. Oh, okay, cool. So you said that you need to place the ms on 10. Now I'm wondering if both should be on 10, but I guess so. And you ask me to drag then before the verbs, your verbs. Okay, cool, come here. Okay, okay, let's see the difference between on and off. Okay, yeah, both 10, that makes it more chorus. Ah, okay, let's try to give a bit more of mix. Wow. Let's see the feedback a bit of 10%, 75. Okay. Ah. Yes, that's definitely the chorus, and I just maybe less. Maybe I want a bit of this as well. Go to tab 2 and you can change the sine wave and stuff too. Ah, okay. Sine wave, wave. Dyno mode, okay. Oh wow, that is a lot of things. Okay, cool. The attack, the release. Oh, I was in the digital delay. That makes sense. I was like, okay. That was funny. And I was like, okay, cool. I was looking for the thing that you were saying. I was like, where is the thing? Ah, okay, so here. Go to tab 2 and you can change the sine wave and stuff too. Ah, okay. Uh-huh. Wow, cool. Here. A bit less, but it's crazy. It's so cool. Let's do tone. So nice. So he asked, what exactly am I looking at? I meant mod source, not sure what I said, side wave, my bad. Ah, okay, mod source. Ah, okay, cool. So just answering my friend there over there. Jesse, you are looking to a microprocessor. It's a modulation, and our friend 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏, he's kind of like sharing how he used to do his preset with this microprocessor pedal here, and I'm just learning this right now, that we can use kind of like a delay in a certain way, and more like chorus in a certain way, and also that's super cool. Oh wow, that's totally different. That's cool. Stereo much better. I'm passionate with stereo things, I don't know why. This is definitely a good thing for you to do with scene, the scene with the envelope minus, plus, because all of them sound so cool. The microprocessor is based off the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 micro picture delay pedal. Cool. Microprocessor, we're using a computer, I get it. Definitely crazy and so good. I like this one. Sounds so different. Then to make a solo sounds a bit strange. It sounds really good, but how the sustain? I feel like anytime I've gone through a computer, the sustain is chopped. It's called micro because of the micro tuning it does. It clones your signal into a stereo pair, and you can detune the pitch slightly, which is the basis of every chorus effect. Sorry, nerding out. I love me chorus effects. Oh, thank you. Don't be sorry. Share it more. I love this. I would definitely use more times this thing here. And definitely, like, these three things the last year are my favorites one, like, and are crazy. You said about the sustain is being chopped. I'm thinking if it's chopping for me. For me it's okay, it's fine. So to conclude, guys, we're marvelous, and I'm really happy with all the people that the sustain is fine. Okay, yeah, I was thinking about the same, like I was like, was nice. So this thing here, I'm gonna save like this here for now. And if you guys wanted this preset, please just let me know. I can share with you guys in the Quad Cortex cloud and place it out for you. I'm really happy and glad that we have, wow, a lot of people watching us today. And I'll see you, we will know when, and let me go with the full cam. Thursday. Oh, there's a guitar full cam. So let's play just the last part with this preset. You aren't hearing the bad signal. Really? No way. Just the direct signal? Huh?
No sound.
No sound of Quad Cortex? Ah, that's true. Thank you for letting me know. It's because I went in other scene here that was the... oh, cool boy. Let's do the feeling again. Thank you, everyone, for the patience. Much better, right? definitely something really cool that we could do. I still sounds cool. It still sounds cool. Low. You have a good room, Mick. Oh wow! It was this one here, the Lark. It's a good one. I think it's American microphone, if I'm not sure. It's really good. And the reverb in my room is wow. It's crazy. Something that I cannot use the KRK because the reverb kills me here inside. You know. So when I go in, like clap, say something, the reverb is killing. I have to buy some mats to place in the floor, some frame to place in the wall, something to isolate a little bit more, you know. But thank you though. And guys, thank you so much for everything that we have shared here together. There's one more thing that I can share to you before I leave, is just about the course. For those that are really interested to establish a good routine for 2026, just recapping, I have released 4 courses. 3 courses are about the theory, beginner to advanced. So we're gonna discuss simple things, simple concepts, create a really solid base, intermediate in the volume 2, and really advanced things in the volume 3. And in case you are really familiar with chords, extensions, tetrads, triads, penta, major minor scales, Greek modes, if you're fine with that, but you are just struggle to put in practice your routine, the volume 4, okay, the course 4, it's meant to help you how to establish a really good routine, how to study, how to connect the dots and not get lost during your studies. Because usually people has 1 hour, 30 minutes to study, they spend times in a wrong way and never seen progress, improvement. So in that way, I will help you in 12 weeks to study really proper, connecting all the subjects and being able to play in the 12 keys across the whole neck. So it will be finally easy to see how to play pentatonic in the first position, then swap with penta blues, penta mixolydia, do chords, extension, tetrads, do some open triads, closed triads, and you can change for major key, minor key, many ways. And after 12 weeks passed with a really intensive study, you're gonna transform that things easier. You will see that we're not gonna take so much more to think, and the tip of your fingers is gonna be faster to answer in response everything that you wanna play. And the 12 keys is going to be something fine for you, not going to be stuck anymore if you just minor, A minor, E minor, C major, G major. You're going to be able to really play things that you never thought about it. And if you have questions, please write in the comments, in the chat, in my YouTube channel, email me, my Instagram page as well, TikTok page. Feel free, okay, feel free. Keeping on chugging. Cool stream, man. Glad I randomly stumbled on you. Subscribe. Thank you so much, Metaholics. Thanks so much, Jesse. Thanks so much, everyone. Peace out, guys. Spread love to not hate. Yeah, exactly, guys. Thank you, Jace. Thank you, everyone, for comment. Please don't be shy. Comment a lot. I will see you on Thursday, okay? Thursday, 7 p.m. European Zone time. How can I say this for people that are around the world? CET. CET Zone time, 7 p.m. I'll be here online again the same time, okay? And if you guys would like to see me teaching how to create presets, create tone, compare plugins with the modular, or if you guys would like to have a really class about pentatonic, about Greek modes, about triads, tetrads, extensions, triads, whatever you want, please just write in the comments. I'm here to help you guys to really grow in this career, to inspire you, to help you. I don't want anyone dismotivated. I want everyone happy and glad with what you're doing, what you are playing. If in a certain way I can help you to sound better, can be creating tone, can be teaching subject, contents, I will be here. I'm happy. I love what I'm doing. I love my job. I love being teacher. I love being musician, guitarist. That's why we are here, to help each other. And as our friend said, let's spread love, not hate. We are here to help each other. And thank you so much. And Lucas, thank you guys. Wish you all the best. My loves for Brazil, for all the rest of the world. And I'll see you on Thursday. And I have one thing here just for you to finish and see what's happening around my course. God bless you guys. God bless you. If you did not establish your routine in terms of study, here goes a link that it is in the bio about my new course. I released 3 volumes, okay, that will help you to master the fretboard from the beginning to the advanced level, where you will connect the dots. Things that was just a separate subject, now you will be able to navigate across the whole neck in all the 12 keys in an easy way. So if you are interested to start your ear good, click in the link. you.